Hey, how you doing? Maxine here, and I'm actually recording you a quick message from Barcelona, where I am for lots of business this week actually. So as usual, when you join, let me know you're here, say hi, and I have got a super quick message. I'm actually just about to start kicking off with what I'm here for, which is a pretty important senior level meeting with some incredible men and women, VIPs from around the world to talk big business, amazing stuff. But my trip here and everything that had to happen for me to actually be here and be in this meeting actually got me thinking about this one message I've got to share with you today. So let me know in the comments that you're here. I love to interact with you, and let me know what you think, because it's a good one. So like I said, I'm here, and literally there is one question that if you start asking this question of yourself many times a day, it will literally set you free. So as you probably know by now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I travel a lot. So this Barcelona trip is like the fifth this year. I've been in New York, in Vietnam, in Dubai. There's a lot that I've got going on. This one question is literally a foundation that allows me to be able to do as much as I do. And this one question, it will literally set you free if you start asking yourself, like it has set me free. So what is this question? You're like, get on with it. This question, now in fact, before I even get to the question, let me know, have you ever felt like so overwhelmed with like, oh my gosh, there's so much I want to do, there's so much I need to do, and there's just not enough hours in a day. I just feel like a little bit overwhelmed. Let me know if you've ever felt that in the comment, because if you have, you're going to like this message. If you actually do what I said, and it's pretty simple what I'm going to tell you to do. So let me know if you're catching the replay, watching it live. Let me know whether you've ever felt like, oh my god, there is so much to do, because I know what it's like to feel that overwhelmed. Thankfully, because I've been asking myself this question, I don't feel it so often, but I still do. And I come back to asking myself this question, something my own coach asked me to do, and that question is simple. Literally is, who else can do this? So the reason I kind of remember this message now to share with you is because I'm here in Barcelona about to kick off some meetings, pretty intense for the next couple of days. I've had some great fun here, meeting up with my friend, one of my amazing friends from Cambridge, Laia, who lives here. And I'm going to meet up with one of my absolutely favorite clients who's based here. I'm going to meet up and speak to some of her and her network after I get done with these meetings. But there's a lot that had to get organized for me to physically be here. Hey, Masadi, I hope I pronounced your name right. Great to have you here. Let me know what you think of this message. So a lot had to happen for me to be here and be present. I am going to have to be present. We're going to be discussing some pretty intense, heavy things. Literally, people have flown in from all over the world, as far as Japan, all over, basically, to be here. So I needed to be here. I needed to be present. So much had to be taken care of for me to be able to come here and be focused. And by asking myself this question that I want to invite you to start asking yourself on a regular basis, I'm able to be here and be of service and use my brain and give my best in this meeting. It's simple. Who else can do this? So I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and literally I run a business. I have, things like this going on. There is a lot of things. And there was a time when I thought, oh my gosh, I have to do everything. I have to do everything. And it was so overwhelming. And I'd not even sleep some nights. And that is not the frame of mind to be in if you want to achieve anything. Never mind the great things that you know you're meant to be achieving. You can't do everything. You literally cannot. I mean, there's some people that joke with me and say, oh my gosh, you're Superwoman. You do. I am not Superwoman. Like literally, my heart is literally, I feel moved to tears, boil over with gratitude for the amount of people that allow me to be able to be here. I think I mentioned in one of my last videos, my husband took some time out of his intense job to be here with me, with my daughter, so that I could see them, while I'm doing this. He is doing a lot of things, covering a lot of things. In terms of the team, I'm actually not only taking part in the meeting, I have actually been organizing things with the hotel. And this same question, who else can do this? I've literally seen people come up and take things off my shoulders that would have been just crushing me and not allowing me to give my very, very best. And I know it can seem hard because, you're smart, you do things really well. You think, by the time I explain this to someone else, I could have just done it myself. Nobody can do it like I can do it. I get that, like women, yes, we can do it. As women, we can do a lot of things. We are very capable and we like things done to a certain standard. But if you hold yourself to the standard where you have to do everything, you'll ultimately not do anything worthwhile. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to be Superwoman. Allow people to help you. And there's basically 2 tips I'll give you in alongside, saying who else can do this. I get it. there's things you like things done a certain way, or there's certain things that you feel like you need to do. When you're presented with things, think first of all, do I really, really need to do this, or do I want to do this? So, for example, for me, my daughter's here, my family's here. I look at all the things I have to do today, or all the things that need to get done today, and I wanted to be the one that got her out of bed, said good morning, gave her a big hug, big kiss, she loves a glass of orange juice in the morning, give her that. I wanted to do that, so I didn't say who else can do this. I wanted to be the one to do that. But for all the other things, there's things that need to get done. I don't necessarily have to do it. That's where the question, who else can do this, comes in handy. So once you've kind of done the things you want to do, like for me with my daughter, or the things you have to do, like you need to sign something, it has to be, do that. The other things, let other people do it. It may well be that, they can't do it as well as you. So what? Sometimes you have to sacrifice perfection for the sake of something being done. If you're waiting for perfection, one of my mentors, she's hilarious. She says perfection is for poor people. Don't wait for perfection. Sheryl Sandberg said in Lean In, done is better than perfect. So sometimes done is better than perfect. Allow people to do something, even if they don't do it as good as you. Let it get done. And actually, interestingly enough, when you actually empower people to help you, they might surprise you. I remember when I first started my business, I used to think I had to do everything. And I'd be doing all these things because nobody could do it as well as I could. And then I was nearing burnout and started to hate the business that I birthed from a place of love. And then it was actually my coach that said to me, who else can do this? So I started asking myself the question, who else can do this? And basically, there's an incredible woman. She's still part of my team. I was so blessed to have this woman, join me and help me in my business. Her name is Jeannie. And Jeannie is the person who does a lot of things. And she'd help me do things to an extremely high standard. And you may have seen some of the things I've done in terms of being featured in some, blogs and Success Magazine and that kind of thing. That wasn't my idea. That was Jeannie's idea. She's like, you know what, based on the content and your message and everything, I think it'd be really, really good for you to reach out to Success Magazine and see if they'll have your voice. I'm like, yeah, sure. Go ahead and do that. She helped me with the pitch. We pitched, and then we basically wrote an article that has been read literally by thousands of people, shared by thousands of people. So my work has really spread to a level it never would have been had I not asked that question, who else can do this, and allowed her to do it. So you may be thinking that you might be the best person to do something, but actually when you let people come in and help you, they might blow your mind with the level of things that they help you do. Hey, I'm just reading your comments. In the end, all that matters is that what we love or we want to do, exactly. Do what you love, do what you want to do, not what other people expect you to do. There's many women I coach, and they're literally spending their lives miserable because they're trying to live up to some expectation of what somebody else expects them to do. I'm not saying, don't live up to your responsibilities and don't do what you need to do, but don't be looking around at what other people are doing and think, no, I better be doing that, because you'll run yourself into the ground. And most importantly, you won't be doing what you're here on this earth to do. I really believe that there is a call on your life to do something that only you can do. And the less time you spend trying to kind of live up to other people's expectations or doing things that you can empower other people to do, the better, because your call is waiting for you. There's nobody that has your fingerprint. There's nobody else that has your gifts. There's nobody else that has the call on your life. And don't waste time doing things that you can get somebody else to do, because there's other people who are great at certain things. Let people do things in their zone of genius and focus on your zone of genius, because there's something for you to do. Empower people to do things. And like I shared with my story with Jeannie, they might surprise you. So I never knew I was going to be in Success Magazine, but simply asking this question, who else can do that? I had somebody who's incredible at what she does, not only help me, but she helps me go to new levels I never would have dreamt of on my own. So don't be thinking that I'm the only one that can do things to a certain level. Done is better than perfect. Even if you can do things better, is that the best use of your time? Let somebody else do it, even if it's not as good as you would do it. And prepare, because this will happen, prepare to be surprised. People's gifts, people's talents, people's area of genius, if you kind of basically say who else can do this and look for somebody whose strength is in the area looking for help in, they will take you further than you could ever have gone yourself. And your time is then freed up to do the things that your mind will be blown when you're freed up to do that. There's a lot of women spending a lot of time doing things that they have no business doing. So I hope you like this message. I hope you're encouraged by this message. Ask yourself this question day in, day out. Who else can do this? Who else can do this? Because there's a lot of women trying to be super women, and they end up just burnt out. And burnout is just really not meant to be for you. Look at people around you. There's people who will help you. There's people that will support you, whether you need to hire people or you need to ask for help. Like I said, I was literally moved to tears this morning as I was journaling, thinking about, wow, the amount of people, and there's many of them, that literally enable me to be here doing what I'm doing. So I am freed up to use my brain for what it's meant for. It just blows my mind. I'm so, so grateful. And the same applies for you. I am not Superwoman. I am not more special than you. I am just somebody who is not going to be overwhelmed, burnt out. I ended up in hospital actually doing this. So save your health, save yourself the stress, save yourself the overwhelm. Ask yourself, when something new comes in, ask yourself, as Masada was saying in the comments, is this something I really need to do? Is this something I really want to do? Am I just trying to copy other people or live up to expectations? If it's something that needs to get done, do you really want to do it? Do it if you do. But if you don't really want to do it, can somebody else do it? Who else can do this? Empower people, and then find someone who is in their zone of genius to do it if you can. It may well be you have to settle for someone who doesn't do it as well as you. Settle for done, which is way better than perfect. And if you're blessed enough, like I have been found, like I have been, to find somebody who is their zone of genius to take care of so many things for you, do it. And you'll see that people will surprise you. They will blow your mind to the point where your mouth is hanging open. You know, you'd have done it and it would be nowhere near as good as they could have done it. So ask yourself this question over and over again. I ask myself like 100 times a day, who else can do it? And sometimes the answer is me. I'm like, oh, fine, I'll just make time and do it. But a lot of the time, the things stressing you out, the things causing you to be overwhelmed, the things that on this list that never ends, this to-do list, somebody else can do it. Take the stress off your plate, ask yourself, and answer the question, who else can do it? Empower people to help you, and just you wait and see how far you go with that. So let me know what you think of this message. And it is a busy couple of days for me here, so I don't know how much I'll be able to jump on and share with you what I'm doing here, but I'll try to. We're going to do a little bit of touring later on once the meetings are over. And yeah, I'll try and show you a bit of Barcelona. It's such a beautiful place. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you're doing this week. Let me know what you think of this message. And more than any of that, ask yourself this question: who else can do it? Who else can do this? Don't be drowning in a never-ending to-do list. That's just so, so boring, being busy because of that. All right, my dear, take care. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I look forward to hearing what you think and talking to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.